I'm doing this video in favor of Mel Wasserman, who bought my CubeArt puzzle more than 10 years ago. And when we met several months ago in Tel Aviv, he told me that after he bought the puzzle, he took the pieces out of the stand, and since then he hasn't been able to put them back in again. So better late than never, and I hope this video will be of help. Okay, so here is the puzzle. It's a special kind of puzzle. The idea here is not just to create the object as it is in the package, like regular puzzles. Here we use the pieces to create dozens of different objects in various levels of difficulty. But right now we limit ourselves to one specific goal, and that is to put the pieces, or to assemble the puzzle in the stand after we've disassembled it. There are many ways to do it, and I'll demonstrate right now. I'll demonstrate just one of them. Okay. Before I'll disassemble the puzzle, I want to point at a few things. First of all, this is a cube. It has 6 faces. Each face is a square, and if we look carefully, we may notice that each square is divided into triangles. Okay, so this square is divided into 2 triangles, and this square face is divided into 3 triangles, and there is another face which is divided into 4 triangles. Okay, now all the triangles are similar. They are all right isosceles triangle, but they have different sizes. There are 2 sizes. There are large triangles and there are small triangles. So all the triangles are similar, they have the same shape, but they have 2 sizes, small and large. One more thing, the cube has 8 vertices, 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 on the other side, altogether 8 vertices. Since the cube is tilted 45 degrees, 2 of the vertices are on the bottom, and I want us to remember these 2 points. We'll name them the bottom points. Okay, now I'll disassemble the cube, and let's look at the pieces. We have 4 of them. 4 are light colored and 4 are dark. If we want to group the pieces not by color but by shape, we'll get different grouping. Okay, this time we have a small group which consists of 2 prisms, and to be more specific, 2 triangular prisms, and to be even more specific, 2 oblique triangular prisms. Okay, the other group has 6 pieces. Each one of them is a pyramid, and to be more specific, these are trapezoid based pyramids. Okay, if you look at the prism piece, we may notice that it has 5 faces. It has one face is a square, it has 2 rhombuses and 2 equilateral triangles. Okay? These are different kind of triangles than the triangles that we saw on the outer faces of the cube. So we can conclude that the prism pieces should be buried inside, because none of its faces has the necessary triangle that we need to have on the outside. Okay, so now we know that the prism pieces need to be buried in the cube. The pyramid pieces, on the other hand, do have the necessary triangle. Each one of them has a large right triangle and two small ones. It also have a trapezoid face and an equilateral triangle face. So we know that these two faces will need to be hidden. They will need to be in the cube, while the other three triangles will be visible on the outside of the cube. Okay, now we can start. I take one pyramid piece and hold it so that the large triangle is facing down. And now I direct the vertex of the right angle towards one of the bottom points, like that. Okay? I can see that there is a square here. This is one of the cubes, one of the 6 cube faces, and we see that we covered it. We covered half of it. Okay, half is covered and half is not covered yet. Now I take another pyramid piece. This time. I'm using the same color right now. Okay. If you wish, you're free to use a different color, a dark color. But right now I want to use the same color in order to create a certain pattern. Okay. Now I hold the piece so that the large triangle is vertical, and the right angle tip, the right angle vertex, is facing down. Now I'm directing this vertex towards the other bottom point. Okay? Like that. Now, if I look at this square, I see that now 3/4 of it is covered and only 1/4 is uncovered, and the shape of the uncovered part is the shape of a small right triangle. Okay, so I'll take a third piece. We have two small, one here and one here, two small triangles, and we can place one of them on the missing part. Okay, so we can do it either like that, and if we look inside, we can see that there are 3 surfaces. 2 of them are rhombuses and 1 is a trapezoid. Okay, this is one possibility, and the other possibility is to place the other triangle, and then we'll have different surfaces inside. We have 2 trapezoids and an equilateral triangle in between, and this is how we want it to be. It's symmetrical, two trapezoids and an equilateral triangle in the middle. Okay, now we take a prism piece, we hold it so that the square face is facing upwards. Okay? And we place it inside here so that this triangle, the lower triangle, okay, will cover the triangle inside. Okay, triangle here, triangle here. We put a triangle on a triangle and we get this position. There's a square here and two triangles on each side of it. Okay? Now we take another prism piece and we place its square face on the square inside that we have inside, and we do it so that the triangle here will cover one of the side triangles. Okay? You can do it either like that or 180 degrees to the other direction. It doesn't matter at all. Now, if we look inside again, we see that two trapezoids were created. A trapezoid here. It's made of a dark rhombus and a light equilateral triangle, and exactly the same trapezoid on the other side, again dark rhombus and light equilateral triangle. Now I take a fourth pyramid piece, I identify the trapezoid face and place it on one of the trapezoids inside, and do the exact same thing with another pyramid piece. Okay, trapezoid here, a trapezoid next to a trapezoid. And then if we look inside again, we see that another trapezoid was created here. This one is completely dark. Okay? Now, I take the last pyramid piece, I identify the trapezoid face and place it on the trapezoid inside, and now now we have the cube assembled. We can see that it is nicely divided into into two parts. Half is light and the bottom half is light, and the upper part is dark. Okay, I hope this will help. I'm sure that if you manage to do it this way, you will be able to do it afterwards in many other ways. And please let me know if it worked.